Hey resellers, thanks so much for tuning into today's video. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day. Like, I hope your day is as nice as you are. Ooh, let that sink in for a minute. What if your day was only as nice as you are? We're talking what sold today over the past week, and I am highlighting some Bolo brands or things that I want you guys to be on the lookout for. Anything that I think is strange, unusual, a really great sale, and also throwing in some bread and butter sales that, you know, maybe you've never considered. I want you to make as much money as you can reselling. That's why you're here, right? So buckle up, let's learn something, and let's talk about what sold. Alright guys, before I get straight into the video, thank you all so much for your immense and immeasurable support on my last video. I really appreciated that. That storytime video was like out of the norm for my channel for sure, so I wasn't exactly sure how well it would be received, but I am floored by the support that you guys have shown over that video. It actually ended up being my #1 rated video that I've ever uploaded, like a better response than anything else that I've ever uploaded, so God is good. Let me talk to you now about what sold over the past weekend. The first thing we're going to talk about are these Timberland boots. Now these are a women's size 8. These sold for $29.90 plus $8 shipping. It seems a little low, but let me tell you that I messed these boots up. So I used this leather and suede cleaner. I may actually have it over here that I can show you. Yeah, I used this like Kiwi brand saddle soap on them, and guys, can you see the discoloration? Can you see how much darker they are here than they are here? I messed these boots up. So I wrote about that in the listing that I had. What I actually wrote was, I used a, let me go back, it doesn't want me to read you that. I used a leather cleaner on these, which seemed to discolor them, leaving them darker. So I did let the buyer know, and that is why they sold for, I feel like, a cheaper value than what Timberland boots typically sell for. Just gonna let you know, if you mess something up while you're trying to prep it, it's okay. Just let the buyers, you know, prospective buyers know in the listing, and you can still sell an item for good money. I mean, $30 plus shipping. I sold a My Little Pony for $11.80 with free shipping. This My Little Pony has an ice cream on her hip, and she's pretty cute, and I think her name is Peppermint, maybe. So my title for this and keywords to take note of for selling My Little Pony: Vintage Hasbro My Little Pony, Peppermint Crunch Sunday Pegasus MLP for My Little Pony, Ice Cream 1987. She sold for, again, $11.80 with free shipping, and these things were in terrible condition when I got them. Their hair was in awful condition. I bought 2, and I combed it and I used some conditioner to get all the tangles out, and she looked a lot better whenever I sold her. The next item that I sold was from a broken vacuum, a Shark rotator, like a cordless stick vacuum that we bought, that I definitely would not recommend and definitely regret buying, but I was able to salvage a little bit of the money that I lost in this piece of trash vacuum, and I sold just the charging station here as well as the cable. You can see that it's just like the little station that you put the vacuum on. So the vacuum broke, but there was nothing wrong with that piece, so I sold it for $10.90 plus $5 shipping. I sold another pair of the clip-on sunglasses that clip over your sunglasses for $12.40 free shipping. Again, those were a retail arbitrage pickup from Walmart. I sold a vintage caboodles box. It was about this big, really tiny little vintage caboodles box, and I'll show you a picture of it. It sold for $10.99 with free shipping. The buyer was all the way out in Las Vegas, so free shipping on first class still wasn't too bad, but I didn't profit a ton on this item. I was able to pick it up, there we are. I was able to pick this up for 50 cents. So it's just a little box with a door on either side to be able to organize jewelry or cosmetics. Caboodles always does well. Vintage caboodles is super cool. So it's not a huge money maker unless you were to have some extremely rare color. You're probably gonna get between $20 and $30 for the good size caboodles boxes. The next item that I sold, I took a best offer on because the best offer came in, and it always tells you where the item is shipping to on the best offer, and this one was going to an APO. So that told me that that was going to one of our military families that, you know, whether that be that she was serving or her husband was serving. They were, you know, on a military base somewhere. So I accepted the offer. It would have to be tremendously low. It would have to be, maybe even if I was losing money, I would probably accept an APO offer, because like I could never show my gratitude enough to military servicemen and women. If you are one, I thank you tremendously for everything that you've ever sacrificed so that my family can live in and appreciate the freedoms that we have. So this dress was a new with tags, Ralph Lauren, size 12, twill button down. This dress, let me show you what the retail price was on this. Let me find it. $189 tag on this dress. I sold this for $37 plus shipping. Now I think I had it listed maybe for $57, somewhere in the 50s I believe, but when that offer came in for $37 plus $8 shipping from someone in our military, I jumped on it. The next item actually sold to a viewer, so thank you very much to Leslie in Finleyville, Pennsylvania. Leslie bought these Lucky brand jeans, and I told you guys it's a good time to make offers in my store. I sold her these Lucky brand jeans for $10 plus shipping. I sent them, okay, there we are. This is kind of a fancy flat lay for me. These had been listed for a little while. I think I had them listed at $15. I wasn't exactly making the $10 an item that I wanted to on here, but I was happy to make a deal with the viewer. So $10 plus $8 shipping on those, definitely everybody was happy. I sold some vintage, they're like Harley Davidson 1/18. Maybe I talked about these in the last video. I sold another one of those models for $14.95 with free shipping. This person did not send a message about how I should pack it, but I packed it very, very well, don't worry. So $14.95 free shipping. That seems to be the sweet spot if you want to make about $10 profit on an item, plus your cost of goods. But $14.95 is gonna end up netting you around that $10 mark if you offer free shipping for most things that are going first class. That's not absolutely everything, but generally I can pick up an item and tell you, yeah, $14.95 free shipping, you'll net about 10 bucks on that. The next item that I sold was a microphone that I actually bought years ago for this YouTube channel. This microphone did not work for my purposes. It was not the clarity and quality that I really wanted for voiceovers. And if you've ever watched one of my videos that has a voiceover, I actually use my phone for that. So a little YouTube tip there, the sound recorder on your phone, you can save that file and access that via Google Docs and import that exactly into, or directly I should say, into the video editing software that you use, and it makes for a crystal clear voiceover without any extra I guess equipment necessary. So I sold off this microphone. I want to say I paid about 20 bucks for this when I bought it several years ago and just sold it for $19 plus $10 shipping. So again, it's a Toner brand microphone. It is blue and it came with all of the accessories. So it's a very beautiful microphone. It just, like I say, it wasn't for my purposes. It had like the muffler or muter thing, and it had this little you can tell I know a lot about microphones. It had that dilly bobber and this thingy bob. So $19 basically got my money right back out of that thing. This item was a J. Crew sweater vest. If you're not aware, sweater vests are really, really trending, and as we're heading into fall and winter, I think you're gonna see them more and more mainstream. They were kind of super trendy and more high fashion last year. You weren't really seeing them everywhere in the country, but even in my part of the country, and I'm very Midwest, or you know, southern small town, I think we're gonna start seeing sweater vests more and more. So this J. Crew sweater vest sold for $16.90 with free shipping, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sweater vest. There we are. So yeah, if you see sweater vests like this, vintage ones, modern ones, definitely pick these up. Especially if you sell over on Poshmark, those are going to be very trendy. I'm not sure about Mercari, I don't sell over there, but just sweater vests are trendy. I sold a pair of Tommy Hilfiger swim trunks that I probably bought 3 or 4 years ago for $10 plus $5 shipping, and I could not sell them quickly enough. I could not accept the offer quickly enough, I should say. When I picked these up, I thought, oh my gosh, those are big money. Get in my cart. That's fantastic. Look, it's got the flag logo. These are amazing. These are awesome. I have unlisted and relisted and sold similar and discounted, ran sales, made offers, everything you couldn't think of, and barely could get rid of these for $10 with $5 shipping. Showing you that so that you don't pick up something like that. I don't know. Like, honestly, if I saw them again, well, I do see Tommy shorts every once in a while, and I don't pick them up because of that. I sold a vintage Apex. Apex is like an athletic brand, kind of like Starter or something like that, 90s brand. This is a Tennessee Volunteers jacket, and it headed right back over to Knoxville. Sold this for $34 plus $10 shipping, and since I border Tennessee, I think it only cost me like $8.94 to mail this huge coat, and it was almost 2 pounds, I think. So really big puffy coat there. Very nice sale. The buyer was all in at $44 on that. I sold these 2 really cool pair of glasses. Now these did sell through GSP, so I'm hoping that they are being sent to a country that you can send prescription lenses to, because I noticed that when I was packing it up that they were going GSP. The buyer paid $20 plus $4.80 shipping, and I can tell you, if eBay comes back and says this is a prohibited item, then what they typically do, as far as I know, is refund the buyer and I keep the funds also. And then I've learned from watching the Cha-Ching King, he's here on Instagram, or here on YouTube rather, and on Instagram as well, and he had a video recently about what eBay does with that merchandise, and apparently they sell it off. So that's interesting to find out. So I'll keep you guys updated if I ever get an email that those glasses did not make it to the seller. The next item I sold was another lot of vintage comic books. I am doing so well on those comic books that I picked up. I picked up an entire box of them. So far I have sold 13, I think, sets or individual. I've made 13 sales on them for $289, and I still have comic books left. So this was a lot of 6 ghost themed comic books. They weren't all the same title, but they were all had a ghost or haunted house theme. These sold for $18 with free shipping. So being that there's 6 of them, the buyer is only in at $3 a piece. I have pennies into them, so it was a very good deal for everyone. And just look at which one was it that I thought was, oh, this girl here. Look at her tiny little short dress there. Kind of a racy cover for a comic book there. I don't know what the intended age group was for that. I sold a belt that I got at Walmart retail arbitrage, again that very same trip when everything was marked down to $1. I sold it for $11.90 plus $5.10 shipping, so I did very well on that $1 pickup on that belt. Sold a Rock Band guitar. Yes, me. I sold a Rock Band guitar, and it wasn't broken drums, and I didn't have to auction it off for 99 cents free shipping. So this was the PlayStation 2, PS2, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock game, and wireless guitar and dongle. It was everything. I picked this up at a yard sale where my son and I went. I think I documented it and told you guys about it. But we went and picked up this entire bulk of old PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 merchandise, and I think they said $50 for everything. So I bought it. I've already sold one of the PlayStations. The PlayStation 1 I think sold for around $100. I could be wrong. It could have went more than that. It had the original box. And this sold for $90. Now I want to mention up here in the corner in another photo, you can see it clearly. It has the original $29 price tag from Dollar General. So this was in very good condition. It was used, but everything is here. That's why I jumped on this lot of merchandise for 50 bucks for everything. I've sold several of the games off as well, from anywhere between like $14 to $20 per video game, but that sold for $90 plus $16.32 shipping, you guys. Don't be deterred by something just because you can see the original price. You know, I may have looked at that and thought, well, you can get it for $29 at Dollar General. No, you can't get it anymore. So the buyer was willing to pay over $100 for that. And it actually says on shipping, the buyer paid $28.53 on shipping on that item. I sold another pair of Lee vintage jeans. These were a size 14P, which stands for petite. So if you pick up women's jeans and there's a P in the sides, that means petite, and you need to change the size. Instead of regular, there's like regular, juniors, maternity, and petites, and you need to make sure that you're saying that it's petite. Otherwise the buyer may get the item if you just said it was a size 14, and they may declare item not as described, these jeans are too short. So these sold for $32.90 plus $7.50 shipping. You know what black jeans look like, but just in case you're curious, it was just a pair of vintage Lee, again, not Levi's, but Lee brand jeans. Here's a bolo I want you to take note of. I talked about this over on my Instagram, and I can't believe the amount of you guys that were like, of course this is a great bolo, and I'm thinking no one ever shared this with me. So apparently these shoes are really great if you suffer from heel pain or any type of I hope I'm pronouncing this right, plantar fasciitis. Kuru is the name of the shoe company. I took a best offer on these, sold these for $30 plus $8 shipping. comps are kind of all over the place, and you can even get these in like a ballet flat and various different things. Kuru is the brand, and it is a very good brand. A lot of them selling around Hoka's prices, really. So if you like Hoka's, Kuru is something to look for. I'm going to show you that logo one more time so that you know. It's kind of like a cross with legs, but I think that that's their K. Definitely pick up Kuru, all right? So again, the buyer was all in at $38 on those. I sold some Dickies men's work shorts. They were just gray shorts, new with tags, sold for $17, which is kind of cheap, but I'm clearing things out, plus $7.50 shipping. And I sold a little vintage slot car, like a teeny tiny little slot car from that track. The video where I bought the woman's entire collection of dolls. Well, her husband had this old slot car track that was his son's. It's from 1960. And I bought the slot car, and inside there were 3 cars. One was just a little toy car. It was like a Tootsie brand. And then there were these 2 slot cars. This one sold for $30 plus $7.50 shipping. Now I paid $2 for the entire box of whoops, I'm so sorry. For the entire box of everything, the slot car and the 2 cars. So this one selling for $37.50 was definitely awesome. I took a best offer, and did I ever. I priced this thing very high at like $68. Got that immediate offer of $30, and I was like, you know what? $30 for this car? Yeah, you can have it. The windshield was missing. So I knew it wasn't going to sell for, you know, in the 60s or close to $70. And the connectors at the bottom, when we tried it on the track, the connectors were so worn out. So again, I talked about that in the listing and let them know the connectors are extremely worn out. So knowing that the thing had 2 defects, you know, $30, that was less than half of what I had it listed for. I'm sure the buyer never imagined in a million years I was going to take that offer, but I did. I sold a pair of Asics for my friend Alicia, and she got her Rothy's in, by the way, and they fit her fantastically. So Alicia, aka Wonder Woman, bought these shoes, and they ended up not being the right size for her. She had paid 25 bucks for them. I was able to sell them for $80 with free shipping for her. So these sold within, oh, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours, I guess, of listing them. I did end up taking an offer on them, but the offer was fair enough. I contacted Alicia and asked her, hey, do you want to go with this offer? And like after fees and shipping and everything, she's netting like close to 60 bucks on them. So, well, you know, then pulling out the 25 that she paid, she's making her money back and then a lot. So she was very happy with that sale. You can take even something that you bought by mistake or bought the wrong size. I don't know how many times I bought the wrong size, unable to return an item, and then I end up flipping it for more than what I paid for it. So there's ability to resell everywhere, you guys. The next item that sold was from that same video game haul. This game is called NASCAR Dirt to Daytona, sold for $19.40. That was a PlayStation 2 game. The next item, I've been telling you guys about these vintage sewing accessories that sell so well. Well, I opened up one box. I was hoping it might be close by, but it's not. This one box had all kinds of random sewing stuff in it. I pulled out this one screwdriver because it had a brand on it. It's a sewing screwdriver, and listed it individually. It sold within 10 hours for full price, $9.95. And now I want to show you this because if you ever see this type of tool, you might not know exactly what it is unless I'm showing you. This is, again, like a sewing machine screwdriver. This loop here would be a spot where you could hook your finger if you needed to. Now you can use it as a screwdriver on parts, or you can also, you know, lift up the plate underneath the presser foot if you need to. There are various things in little spots in a sewing machine that you would need a tool like that. The brand on that one was Semanco, and I wrote USA because it did say USA on there. And anything vintage, if it's made in America, the value is even greater. So next item I talked about again on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me, you have to get over there and give me a follow, because I like to tell you immediately when really cool things sell or things that I think you might walk right past at the thrift store. I want to show you this one picture first, and then you can tell me what you think it might have been. Let's see. Let's pull up this picture. What do you think that this is? If you've already seen it on Instagram, you know what it is. If not, pause the video and comment below what you think this is. This is like a harness, kind of like backpack straps, and this is a bar. Give up? Let me show you what it is. Or maybe you know exactly what it is. You may have used one of these before, but I will show you. This is called the piggyback rider. And so the kid has a harness as well, and it's included, and they clip together and the kid stands on here. And I actually told my husband, I was like, maybe we should use this when we go to Disney for Israel. And it sold before I could. This sold again inside of 15 hours. Sold for $49 plus $12 shipping. That's a pretty awesome sale. Now, I actually priced mine on the low end. They sell for more than that, but the bag on this one that I had listed had some holes in it. And there was a little bit of wear. The tags were a little worn out. So I just felt like mine might not be in as good of condition as theirs is. So $49, I was happy to see that thing leave. Fun fact about that, I actually bought it like 3 years ago and it has sat and sat in the closet. Unlisted. This death pile thing, guys, I'm making a dent. Like, week one, I was wondering how long is it gonna be until I start to notice a difference. I can notice the difference. I'll give you guys an update soon, but I'm telling you, like, I may be running out of items soon. Well, maybe not soon, but I'm doing really well. I sold a vintage pool stick. This is a Coca-Cola pool stick, and it sold within 24 hours. If not, it was very close, for $27 plus $12 shipping. So interestingly enough, that's the first photo because I wanted them to see the polar bear and the Coca-Cola there. I shipped this taken apart, wrapped in bubble wrap because it twisted apart, showing a defect there. So I twisted it apart and wrapped it in bubble wrap and then put it in one of the long triangular priority mail tube mailers. And so yeah, $27 plus $12 shipping is phenomenal. I sold an item to a buyer in Canada. So let's see, I had just dropped this off actually today via FedEx. This is a pretty cool Jason wood and brass wall barometer and thermometer. You may have seen these and walked right past them. So like I say, the buyer is in at $27 plus shipping on this beautiful wall hanging, very mid-century. I guess maybe I didn't have room for MCM. I'm surprised that mid-century or MCM didn't wind up in here. So my title is Jason wood and brass wall barometer, thermometer, humidity, weather station, Japan 28-inch. The buyer is all in at $39 plus the cost of their shipping from US to Canada through eBay's global shipping program. So I'm pretty surprised at that. That's a very nice sale. I sold a linen top that was actually absolutely no name type of brand. The brand was Match Point, nothing special I'd ever seen. It's about the color that I'm wearing now, but I think that it sold so quickly, and I mean overnight, because it's linen. If you find linen, definitely include that in the title. I don't always include the fiber content of a garment, but if it's linen, I 100% do. That sold for $14.99 with free shipping. I sold some more sewing accessories. I can't believe how quickly these are selling. And I was just talking with Philly Flipper about how fast these items are selling. And if you guys don't subscribe to Philly Flipper, definitely go give him a subscribe over on his channel, because he's gonna have me on his live here soon, but on his main channel. So definitely I will include the link in the description down below, and subscribe, and when I'm on there, you guys chat with us and yeah, give us something to talk about. But this is a vintage sewing accessory here. I think it's a zipper presser foot, and it sold for $24 with free shipping. This is a picketing attachment, P-I-C-O-T-I-N-G, and a hem stitcher. So $25 with free shipping. These are teeny tiny little boxes, guys. They ship first class without issue. I sold a vintage knife. There was a little bit of a curve to this. It was a boning and fillet knife. It sold for $9.80 with free shipping, which is not a problem. This is one of the knives that I picked up for free when I bought all of that lady's dolls, and they said that their neighbor had some things they were giving away for free. That was one of the things. I just picked it up because it was a nice wood handle knife. I sold a pair of vintage women's gloves that were so beautiful, and again, something that I feel like you guys might walk right by. So this is the last item that I'm going to tell you guys about, but definitely don't walk just past the gloves. It's not all knit gloves from Walmart, the 99-97 gloves. I believe it was one of those that I pulled these beautiful 1950s Max Mayer and Company 100% nylon green sheared long evening gloves. Again, these sold for $24. That is my arm modeling these. You guys didn't know I'm a hand model, did ya? And yeah, so for $24 free shipping, they weighed 2 ounces. Definitely not a problem to include free shipping there. So stop and look in those hats and gloves for any type of really cool vintage items, vintage ski gloves and vintage ski toboggans and things like that. Definitely sell really well. Also, if you made it this far into the video, comment below and tell me what you call a sock hat. Is it a toboggan? Is it a beanie? Is it a boggin? Is it a sock hat? Like, what do you call, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just covers the ears and like sometimes have a puff ball on top. What do you call that item? Because I feel like that's so regional, and when you go to list one, you want to include all the regional dialects of what someone actually calls that, because like we say toboggan or boggin, but people from up north are like, a toboggan is a sled. And so I think they say beanie, and like beanie is something people around here say too, but more than anything folks would just say boggin. So you guys tell me below, what do you call a men's sock hat? Because we're going into winter and we all need to know the right keywords. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have amazing sales this week. God bless you guys, and remember, treat your business like your business.